I want you, first of all, think about recruiting as being fun and not hard. Sharing the Mary Kay opportunity needs to be as natural as selling a lipstick. If you're only selling the products, then you're really missing about 3/4 of the income that you can make by team building. One of the last things that Mary Kay said when she was alive to the sales directors, when they asked us, what is, Mary Kay, what can we do? What do you want us to do? And one of the things she said was to pass it on. And so just think, if everyone in Mary Kay stopped sharing the business opportunity today, how long would it take for the Mary Kay Incorporation just to stop and like die? So it is our job to pass on the opportunity so that we can keep our company alive and well. And also, of course, it's going to help you move up to at the career level with Mary Kay and up the career path. So the way I look at it is that someone took the time to share Mary Kay with me and with you, and if they had not, we would not be enjoying this awesome career today. So now that I've convinced you that you need to share the opportunity, I'm going to give you a few tips to help you recruit. Number one, keep putting Mary Kay on faces and concentrate on doing parties versus just one-on-one facials. You're going to have more than one chance to get a new team member. It may not be the hostess, but it might be her neighbor, her friend, her sister, might be another relative. When you're just doing individual facials, you're missing out on all the contacts of that person. So always try to book the facial first and then turn it into a party so that you can get a little group there. Mary Kay Ash used to teach us to say at every party, she would teach us to say, there's always at least one new Mary Kay beauty consultant at this party tonight, and I just wonder which one of you it's going to be. And then you look around the room and you pick someone, and most of the time someone will go, oh, not me, or they'll say, oh, it's Judy. And so it kind of gives you a tip on who you're going to talk to that day. But it doesn't matter. You just throw it out there so that people are listening to it. So keep putting Mary Kay on faces and concentrate on the parties instead of just the individual facials. Number two, get your I story down pat. Mary Kay used to teach us to use the KISS method, K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, sweetie. So it's just 3 little points. First of all, A is you're going to say, before Mary Kay, and then you're going to say what you used to do, or you might even still do it. So I would say, before Mary Kay, I was in college and I had taken my first job as the administrative computer center operator for Harding University, and I was just working in my field. Okay, so that's what I did before Mary Kay, and you're going to tell what you did. Second thing you're going to say is, I joined Mary Kay because I, ... You're going to say what Mary Kay, what need did Mary Kay feel in your life? Was it for the money, for the girlfriend, self-esteem, for an outlet, whatever it was? So I would have said, I joined Mary Kay so that I could make an extra $50 to $100 a week. I love the products. It cleared my skin up, and I knew that it was a lot of fun to share the products with others. I had been a hostess, and I thought, hey, I could do this. It looked pretty easy, and I sure needed the extra money. Okay, then the third thing you're going to say is, I have been in Mary Kay now for, and then you say how long, whether it's a month, a week, or a year. Now, Mary Kay always used to teach us that if you've been in less than a year, you always say going on a year. So if you've been in a month, you say going on a year. If you've been in 11 months, it's going on a year. And then once you hit the 12th month and you're on the 13th month, you're saying, I've been in Mary Kay going on 2 years. Okay, so you just that's how she used to teach us to do it. And then you say, and the thing I enjoyed the most about Mary Kay, or you might say, and the reason I'm still in Mary Kay today is ... whatever that is for you. It's going to be different for everybody. It could be what you've gained or what you've benefited. For me, I would say, I have been in Mary Kay now going on 28 years. And the reason I stay in all these years is I've made a lot of money in Mary Kay, but it's also been for the friendships I've made and the fact that I feel like I'm really making a difference in other women's lives by showing them how to build a career and improve their life and their family. And so it's the intangible rewards that have really kept me in the company. So you can kind of work on your little video. You can do it on a video, but you can actually just work on your little I story so that you know exactly what you're going to say. You might even write it down on a little note so that you can, kind of refer to it like on a little index card. Okay, so we're going to put Mary Kay on faces, more than one. We're going to do parties. We're going to get our iStory down pat. And the third thing is you're going to do is you're going to share the marketing plan with using some method that's easy to you. And one of the methods that I would probably ask you to, or teach you to do, is just do the one that we've done forever, which is Mrs. F. Cab, MRS, and then the letter F, and then Cab, C-A-B. And then you can memorize that, and then it will bring to your remembrance the different reasons why women join Mary Kay. Of course, the first one is for the money, and you can talk about that a little bit. The second is for the recognition and the prizes. The third is for self-improvement or self-esteem. The F is for the friends and the fun. The C is for the CAR program and the company philosophy, God first, family second, career third, and all of these you can expound on a little bit. The A is for advantages of being self-employed, and you can talk about some of the tax advantages. And then the B is for be your own boss. So MRS, F, CAB, money, recognition, self-improvement, friends and fun, CAR program, company philosophies, advantage of being self-employed, and to be your own boss. And once you kind of get that down, you don't need to go into a long spiel, especially if you're at a party, but you just want to hit the high points on it. And then whatever hits their hot button, you're going to go over it with them a little bit more. If they seem, you might even ask them, of those things, what impresses you the most? And then you can expand on that one. They might say, oh, to be your own boss, you know, being more flexible with my time. And you can talk about that. Or they might say, I really need a new car. You can talk about that. Or they may say, you know, really, I've not been recognized for a job well done in a long time. And so you can kind of gauge your talk, your career talk or your interview to them based on what their needs are and the interest that they've shown. So you want to get that down pat. Number 4 is you want to close the interview by asking them, is there any reason why we can't get you started today? You know, a lot of times Mary Kay consultants go and they do interviews and then they hate to ask that question. They don't close the recruit. You would never do a party and not close the sale. You wouldn't do the party and go, thank you, you know, call me if you need anything and just leave. You would ask them, is there anything that you'd like to get today, right? What can you take home today? So the same thing with a career talk, you're going to ask them that question. Is there any reason why we can't get you to get started today? And then you will overcome the objections of whatever it is. If she says no, it might be that she needs to find the money. It might be she thinks she needs to ask for her husband. It might be that she needs to think about it or pray about it or, you know, a lot of other different things. So you find out what that is, and then you go from there to overcome the objections. And then if she just says, you know what, I just can't make a decision right now. I just need to, I need to think on it. Mary Kay used to teach us to tell them to take the pillow test. And that is when they go to bed, if they dream pink and they're thinking about pink Cadillacs and pink sheep jumping over fences, then you're going to say, okay, if you wake up like that, you need to go ahead and try it. It may or may not be for you, but if you go ahead and try it, then at least, you know, you'll know if it's going to work or not. And, you know, I always like to say, hey, I'm not asking you to get married. I'm just asking to date you to see if it's a fit in your life. And if it's not, you can always go back and be my customer again. So, you know, don't make it a big deal. It's just an easy thing. You're going to get in, you're going to try it, see if you have a good time. I've never had anybody yet that didn't have a great time, even if they decided to do something else later. Okay, so those are some tips on recruiting. And now I want to do just a few tips. She asked me to talk about tips on getting your team members moving. And, you know, because you sign them up, then what are you going to do, right? So just a few quick tips on that, and then I'm going to give it back to Brittany. So once you get someone signed up, as soon as you get the money for the agreement and you get her kit ordered, you're going to get your calendar out and her calendar out, and you're going to book her first kickoff party or her first debut party. And that's going to help her. You want to book it while she's still excited, within the week if you can. And, you know, she just signed up, so she is excited. This is your window of opportunity to get your girl going. So you're going to book a party for her. You're going to tell her to book, you know, invite anywhere from 6 to 15 or 20 girls so that you can get 6 there. Okay, you know, your goal is to get 6 or 10 there. It needs to be a good size party because you're going to go help her do it if you're local. If you're not local to her, then you're going to coach her on some ways to do it herself. And you can even, I even did a Skype party where I had her on, they put me on an iPad at the at the front of the table, this girl in California, and I did her first party for her through Skype. So there's lots of different ways you can do that. The second thing is you're going to do is you're going to take her, if she's local, even pick her up if possible, to your local sales meeting, your success event. And you're going to introduce her to your sales director if you haven't already, and to some of the consultants. You know, it's a fact that people will come back to something that they feel welcome, they feel accepted, and they have friends. So you want to make sure she feels all those things at a success meeting. And you might want to introduce her to people that's kind of like her. Maybe if she has small kids and you don't, introduce her to another consultant who has small children. If she is a grandmother, introduce her to a grandmother. If she plays tennis, you might want to introduce her to someone who plays tennis. You know, someone that she can relate to at the sales meeting. Okay, number 3, you're going to send her some texts or phone calls or notes of encouragement, maybe a Bible verse, maybe just a one-liner of how you believe in her. You know, you want to affirm your new consultant so that she knows that you care about her and that she counts, because you don't want her to ever think you just signed her up and left her to get the next one. You know, women can see right through fake, so you want to be genuine and real to your girls, and you really want them to know that you're there for them. You don't do the work for them, but you encourage them and you coach her along the way. Number 4, you're going to be there to help her with her first steps as a consultant. Make sure she's done those basic things like get her website signed up, get her ProPay signed up so she can take credit cards. You want to make sure she understands inventory and what she gets free. If you're not as confident with this, you may let your sales director go over inventory with using the Ready, Set, Sell brochure. You want to tell her about the perfect start and the power start and the pearls of sharing so that she can win everything she needs to at the very beginning. The next thing that you want to do, number 5, is celebrate all her wins at the beginning. I mean, if she just sold an eyeshadow, you're going to act like she sold $1 million. You know, you really want to celebrate her first sale, her first booking, the first time she gets a new lead, and you tell her that you want to know every step of the way what she's doing so that you can celebrate her. Use the golden rule by celebrating her as you would like to be celebrated if you were the new consultant. Number 6, keep her on track by taking her with you to some of your parties or taking her out to show her how to get leads. You know, you're going to actually let her learn while you earn. She's going to watch you and she will mimic you. So, you know, invite her to go with you. You know, Mary Kay used to say, don't go anywhere without taking someone with you, in the car with you, to a meeting, to a party, to an interview. Always pull someone in the car and a team member with you, because that's going to help them learn. Number 7 is make sure you keep it about her needs and her goals, and not about yours. Everyone wants to be on a winning team, but no one likes to feel pressured or manipulated. You know, you want to always bring it back to why she joined and what her goals are. You know, Mary Kay used to teach us that everyone's playing the same station, WIIFM. That's what's in it for me, FM, right? So you want to make sure you go back to her goals, and she'll be there for you if you're supporting her goals, and that's good. So when you sign her up, you need to find out, why is she signing up? What is she going to do with the money? And then you can bring her back to that when she gets discouraged. And finally, if you're working on a big goal, for example, DIQ or trying to get in your red jacket, you know, you might have a little team lunch or a little dinner or a conference call, maybe even once a week, just to get your team together and talk to them, maybe share tips and celebrations with your team, share your team goal, how they can be a part of it. Show your appreciation to all of your team members. Now, every team member is not going to be a Mary Kay superstar, but every team member is important to get you where you want to go, and you're going to have a lot of people that are just there in it for a little bit, but they're going to be a support to you, and they're all part of the big picture. So happy recruiting, everybody. And I just, I wish the very, very best for each of you. And Brittany, if you're listening, that's all I have today, unless you need me to keep teaching.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Cleta. And we're actually getting closer to the end of time, so hopefully we can get the other 2 speakers on next time. But real quickly, could you give us some information about how you use UnitWise, or how you keep the business management aspect of? for you?
I have been using UnitWise for now, I think about 2 or 3 years, maybe 3 years. And I use it for my own personal business, for sales. I use it for all of my invoicing, all of my customers. I use it to do reports. A lot of times maybe I'm selling firming lifting serum TimeWise Repair. So I can pull up a report to see, hey, who of my customer list uses TimeWise Repair lifting serum? And then I will target those people. I also use it as a sales director. I use it for my unit website. I use it for my conference calls. I use it for postage. There's so much more that I could do with it, and also use it to manage my inventory. But I absolutely do want to give a plug out to UnitWise because it has really made my business a lot easier. I also have hired an assistant and just taught her the basic ways to use it. And one thing really neat about UnitWise, I feel like, is not only do you get support on the phone, but there's almost a video for every single thing you want to do. And I have taught her, if there's something she doesn't understand, just to do a search on it, and there's usually a little step-by-step tutorial video that will show you how to use it. So I highly recommend UnitWise to all of my Mary Kay girlfriends.
Thank you so much, Cleta. We do offer great support. We're available Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. So if you have any questions, please give us a call. We'll be more than happy to answer them, get you signed up, help you any way we can. Also, you can email us, heroes@unitwise.com. Thank you so much, Cleta. We enjoyed everything you had to tell us, everything you've taught us. It was very insightful.
You are absolutely welcome. I've enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.